Hi there, I'm Belinda Dubston and welcome to the Ching Cafe. Checking in, how did your week go last week? Did you move sand dunes? Did you gather together all the grains of sand, accept your inexperience, and move for it and go for it in a gentle and supporting way? I hope that some great insights came out for you. Please do go along to Facebook and comment on the video if this is something that has inspired you last week. And of course, comment on the video below as well. So let's go and have a look at what is in store for the week commencing the 15th of July, 2019. Well, we're already into the middle of July. Can you believe it? And of course, bearing in mind the overall focus point for July of being abundance, yes, and about being part of changes that are beyond our control, big forces of change that are moving around us. You might feel like you're in a pressure cooker at the moment. That's okay. We're all in the same pressure cooker. So let's see how we can accelerate our growth, given that we are under so much pressure to accelerate and to change and transform. For this week, we have a locked hexagram. And this is the first time on this channel that we have had that. And a locked hexagram is a hexagram that is quite static. It can mean different things when you're doing a consultation and you're looking at a particular question. It can mean that the question is not quite right. It's being guided to being asked again to create the change in the changing lines. And it can also mean a situation is quite fixed and locked. This is it. It is what it is. No changing lines, okay? It's just the core energy. So for this week, our hexagram, which is locked, which means this is it. Only one thing to pay attention to is hexagram 51, shock. Shock horror, yes. Now this is an interesting hexagram, as they all are. This hexagram talks about a thunderbolt of lightning hitting our world and how we react to that strike of lightning. So just like we had last week with 57, the gentle, where we had wind over wind, doubling of wind energy, here we have the doubling of thunder energy. This is boom, bang, crash. And it's like what happens when we have a thunderstorm and you have lightning. Thunderbolts and lightning, it's very, very frightening. Don't worry, I'm not going to sing. And so you go to the window and you look out and you see these beautiful lightning strikes and you just can't not pay attention to it. But it's also quite terrifying. What happens if one strikes my house? So this hexagram talks about a bang, boom, crash event happening around us, the lightning bolt. And initially when the lightning bolt lands, it is shocking and there's a fright and there's a risk that we drop what we're doing and cower down. And the focus for this state of change is that no matter what lightning may be crashing around us, that we stay true to what we're doing and we keep our heads down and we keep moving forward. This is a symbol in my mind of you've got an egg and spoon race and you've got an egg sitting on your spoon and you've got to carry this egg safely from one field to the other. In the midst of this, there's a lightning storm around you and the thunder and the lightning is crashing all around you and you've got to make it safely from one field to the other. And the only way you do that is irrespective of the fear, irrespective of what all your senses are telling you, is to pay attention to that egg. Keep your head focused on what you're doing and just keep moving. In your world in this week, the I Ching is saying that unexpected shocks or shocks present themselves out of the blue. A shock might be a success that you can't believe has happened and then all the repercussions of the success. The shock can also be something unexpected or not so pleasant happening and the repercussions of that. Yet our focus, what the I Ching is asking us to pay attention to, is that irrespective of whether we perceive it to be a negative or a positive, that we look after the egg on the spoon, which is the thing, our mandate, the thing that we are there to do, the thing that we are looking after, the project, the team, the purpose, the ideal, whatever it is that this egg represents that you are responsible for. You have to keep moving forward, carrying the egg to safety. And initially, what's common for all of us is that the initial shock is, and we go into that process, and then reality sets in as to what has happened, and then there's a sense of like, even if it's difficult news, once that news is first hit, there's the relief of them being able to process that afterwards. So I affirm for you that the shocks landing around you are successes that make you go, oh, we've had a success, we've had a big sale, we've had a big deal, we've had the right person say yes to join our team. Now what? And then you start laughing once you realize the initial shock has worn off and everything's okay. Everything's okay. But what we have to do is we do not drop the egg. So many wishes for you for the week ahead as you care for the egg, for the sacred egg that you are carrying, the project, the person, the journey, the spiritual principle, the customer that you are responsible for carrying the egg, that you do not drop it, irrespective of all the crashing happening around you. Know that you can. Remember also that we have a podcast version of this YouTube channel. So if you like podcasts, go along and you can go and get your podcasts from Ching Cafe on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts. Of course, go along to our Facebook page and our Instagram account for daily stories, ongoing guidance and support, and interesting resources to support you in unpacking the information we get every week from the I Ching to help us focus, maximize the learning opportunity, and to accelerate our opportunity to be self-realized, to contribute, and to lead meaningful and happy lives. Best wishes for that, and we'll see you next week.